Joe Rogan podcast. Check it out. Nah, I'm just kidding. It's the Emman and Jan show. What's up, guys?
Welcome to the Emman and Jan show.
Huh.
Hey
I thought
guys.
we got you guys. No, I'm
I
kidding.
know. Did you guys really believe that?
They're actually gonna stay and watch the whole video. No, I'm kidding.
They're like, oh
Whole
shoot.
podcast.
And they're like, they got Joe Rogan on it.
Huh.
That's funny. Anyways, hi guys.
I know. Huh? How have you guys been? We've been good. No, I'm kidding.
Wow, that's really great to hear. Moving on. No, I'm just no, I'm just kidding. But you guys, we hope that you guys have been having a good week. We haven't posted in what, like over a week? It's been like a week.
We just missed this week.
We just missed the week.
Well, there's reasons why we missed this week.
Oh yeah. It's been a crazy week, you know. Things are a little crazy, huh, baby?
Yeah, things have been a little crazy.
Last on the maybe like 2 weeks ago. It's been like a week and a half. But I don't know if you guys knew this, but I was working with Emmanuel for in his work for a while, and like, so I was with him. I picked up a seasonal job with him because I was like, you know what, I need to make some money somehow in the meantime, and that's fine. And I was there seasonal, and I was hoping that I could stay there for as long as I needed, because I didn't need like too long, but I just wanted to be making money the whole time. You know what I mean? Until like my next step. But pretty much, I got fired and let go.
It was funny because we're both talking about, oh, who do you think they're gonna let go?
Yeah.
And like, oh, probably this person, maybe that person. And I was like, we'll see. We'll see next week.
Yeah, we're like, we will see who's gonna get let go, right?
And this was on our last day, huh?
Yeah.
Well, on our Friday, technically.
So our schedule was like Sunday to Thursday.
Yeah.
So 2 weeks ago, about almost 2 weeks ago, a little less, but on my last day of the week, which was a Thursday, they pull me out. They call me up to the front of the office, and I already knew what that meant. So I already knew that it meant that you're gonna get fired, pretty much. That's the point. When they call you up to the front, you freaking know, or at least the people who have experience and work there. My husband has worked there for a while now, so he knows what that means, and he told me since the beginning what that meant. And so they come up to me literally 2 freaking hours before I have to like leave, and then they pull me out to the front. And I talked to the person who called me out to go, and I was just like, "You're joking." And he was like, "Nope." I was like, "What? What? What?" I did not understand. I was like, "Yo, you guys are having me." They
made in charge of a project.
They put me in, like, literally. Okay, so they put me in all departments, and for the most part, all departments.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just about. And I did pretty well in every department. I feel like I did pretty well, and like I try to. I don't know. When it comes to my work, I'm a hardworking person. At least I try to be. You know, you have your days, but for the most part, I'm a hardworking person, and like I like to do things, and I like to do things right. And of course, Emmanuel worked there, and like me coming in afterwards, I wanted to ensure that like his reputation and my reputation stay up there, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah. I don't want to be like, I don't want people to be talking shit behind Emmanuel's back. Like, oh, your wife's so lazy. Oh my God, she doesn't like to do. Like, I don't. First of all, that's not me.
Oh yeah, that's not you.
But I like, you know, like, I don't know. I'm just a hardworking person at heart. But anyways, they kicked me out literally 2 hours before work. They called me up, and then they were like, "Here are your papers, because we're gonna change you to discharged." And I was like, "What?"
Change you? They should, instead of say, "Oh, we're gonna let you go." Like,
yeah.
We're gonna change your status to discharge.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm not even joking. For a minute, I was like, "Discharge," and he was like, "Yeah." Well, I already knew what discharge means, obviously, but like when he said, "Oh yeah, like we're gonna change your status," I was like, "Ooh, maybe I am gonna get hired on." And he like pulled out the paperwork, right? He puts it in front of me. He's like, "So this is what it's saying." It's like, "Oh, so it's saying it's gonna change to discharge." But and then I was like, "What? I'm getting fired?" And then he was like, "Yeah, so just sign here and sign there, okay?" And I was like, "Damn!" It was just all so quick. They didn't give me a week's notice. They didn't give me 2 weeks notice. Like, now I'm jobless and I need money. We both do.
We all do.
We all freaking need money, you know? Like, but yeah, so it was just crazy, and I was just like, what the heck? I didn't expect that. I definitely didn't expect it. And the person who they told to go tell me to call me up to the front. Even he, when I told him like, no, you know, I don't know if he knew.
I don't think he knew. They just, I don't know. Sometimes they just tell them, oh, I guess, nah, they kind of do tell them. Well, they don't tell them they're gonna get let go. They tell them, oh, send them to the front. But I mean, everybody knows what that means,
right?
Yeah, because then I feel like.
But like he seemed like kind of confused. He was like, no. He's like, but I don't think they let you go. Maybe he was in denial too.
Maybe he is in denial. But also he was newer too, so.
Yeah, but that's what I'm thinking. Like in the people in the morning, like, cause he was from the morning. Like I don't think maybe they run it differently.
Maybe.
That's what I'm saying. You know, I feel bad. Like, what if he didn't even know what he was like doing?
No, yeah,
you know,
that could be it too.
Cause then like that's how you even ask you like, is she mad at me?
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not mad at him. It's not like he's the one that makes the decisions, you know. But anyways, yeah. Point is, yeah, that happened, but it's okay because, in a sense, in a way, I kind of
needed that extra push, huh?
Yeah, I definitely needed that extra push. Because you know I've been studying. I haven't talked about this on here, but I actually have my bachelor's in nursing. I graduated last year, but I've just been going through a lot of crazy like life changes and experiences, and it's all at once within these past couple years, and it's been just so much for me to take in that it put me into like a lot of depression, a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress, and it was just like my body wasn't even functioning the way it should have been either, and like my brain freaking was shutting down. Like it was so weird. I had already taken my nursing exam and I didn't pass the first time, and I was super sad. But honestly, like even during that exam, I thought like I was focused, but I was not focused. I was not. Like my head was not mentally ready for that yet.
No, yeah.
But now I'm studying and I feel like a beast. I feel like I'm learning and I'm feeling prepared. I'm like, hell yeah, I'm gonna rock this show, you know? Hell yeah. Excuse the fireworks in the background, by the way.
It's not even 4th of July no more. We're in August.
You guys, here where we live in our city, literally you hear fireworks
every single day, huh?
All throughout year round.
Pretty much.
Year freaking round. So we moved in here last year and all year I've heard it.
Well, I mean, we kind of did move in July 4th, huh?
No, yeah, but ever since then, I've been hearing it, and I tell you that because I wasn't working for a while.
No, yeah.
And then I would be the one that would stay here, and I'd hear everything all the time. I'm like, oh my god, I'd be scared at first.
You would think sometimes they'd be gunshots, huh?
Yeah, I would get scared because then I'd be like, oh my god, and then I'd hear like a lot of, I don't know, there's just a lot of stuff going on around. But yeah, I guess it's a little ghetto around here.
Just a little. Just a little. Please get us out. No, I'm kidding.
Somebody help. Get us out the ghetto. I'm just kidding.
They start sending smoke signals in the backyard.
Like
That's
the
funny.
neighbors.
Oh yeah, the neighbors. Like I think it was last week.
It was like a couple days. It was Saturday. Wasn't it when we were leaving San Matias?
Was it really?
Oh, wait.
I think it was last week, Saturday, maybe. I don't know. It feels like it's been a while.
Yeah, maybe. I just know it was when we were leaving out. And I think you're right. It might have been last week, Saturday. Mm-hmm. I just know that it was on a weekend that we were going out or something.
I'm pretty sure it was last week.
Yeah.
Because like, it was funny because then we saw like a lot of smoke coming out of their backyard. Mm-hmm. And then they were just hanging out, huh?
And
they were both
we
just
even saw
chilling.
flames.
Yeah, we did see flames. Saw flames. Yeah.
Then we just saw a little bit of smoke and then hella smoke and high ass flames. And I was like, oh shit, is their backyard on fire? And I was like, should I say something? I'm like, no, it's better to say something than stay quiet. Because literally...
we're just like right next to them.
Yeah, I'm like, if their house catches on fire, like, think about the neighborhood. Like, not just us, but like others too, you know?
No, yeah, too.
Hell no. Like, so I was just like, let's be safe, you know? Like, oh, tell him, babe, tell him. Yeah, that guy they were like, that's all they said. They're like, nah, we're just trying to send smoke signals
to our friends in Las Vegas, huh? Or something like that.
And I was like, oh, haha, all right. And then they run inside afterwards.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe they were trying to start a fire, but maybe it got out of hand for a minute.
Maybe it did,
because I swear to God, that flame looked like it was gonna,
like, it looked almost out of control, huh? The whole like side fence, huh?
And it's a wooden fence too. It literally looked like it was coming up throughout the whole fence. I would say it's like, right next to it too, huh? It's like a couple feet, like,
for the fence.
Yeah,
it was like a couple, like maybe like 12, 16 feet, maybe 20 even, huh?
I would say like 20.
20
to 30. No, 20 feet.
Yeah, like 20, 30 maybe, huh?
Yeah, about, I don't know.
I
It's
don't
kind
know,
of
this
hard
is the
to
length
calculate
of a
that
house.
shit.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows how long that
Like,
is?
I know, yeah, the half of a house, like a backyard, I guess, whatever.
The side of the backyard.
But
house.
it's a big fence, you know. So the flame went over the fence, and I was like, "Holy shit, that's freaking crazy!" And then it, like, yeah, that was scary. But I don't know. They were, I guess, they had it under control, apparently. But
apparently, huh?
anyways, aren't you guys excited for me to be a nurse? I am. I'm so excited. I know that, like, I'm officially mentally, emotionally, and physically ready for this crap, 100%. So
I know. I'm excited for you.
I know.
I know you've been wanting this for a long time.
I do. I want it so bad, and like, I've been wanting it, but I've just, like I said, I haven't been ready for it mentally. It's just weird. I don't even know. Like, depression does some weird crap to you that you feel like you're incapable. Like, literally, I would say oh my god, what do they call it? Like, decapitating.
What?
Something depression.
Seasonal depression?
No. You're funny.
Depression?
No, when they say that, like, you get so depressed.
Deep depression.
No. Well, yeah, in a way it is like deep depression, but it's like where you get so, like,
like super depressed? Like,
but what is it called?
Incapable?
It's like crippling depression.
Crippling debt?
Depression. No, crippling debt too, though.
That comes with it, huh?
I don't know. It just reminds me. I think that word, crippling depression or crippling depression, I think that's from Cards Against Humanity.
Is it really?
I think so.
I'm pretty sure they might put it there. They have like a lot of like sentences on Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah. But anyways, I felt like I had crippling depression to the point where I literally felt like I couldn't think straight sometimes.
No, yeah, it's because like
so weird.
it was too much going on in your head, you know. And I feel like when you're not in the right state of mind, like, well, yeah, you obviously don't function correctly, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a lot of healing and like trauma to go through, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
And then if your body's not at 100, like, how do you expect you to work at 100, you know?
Yeah, you're right. You can't put your 100 if you're not at 100 yourself. And that's true, you know. So like, I honestly, like, everything happened for a reason. It's been a little longer than I wanted, but you know what, it's okay. I was so mad at myself for a while. I'm like, I need to do it, but I was putting too much pressure on me because of everything too. Like, I was like, stop getting distracted, focus, and it was making it worse. I was just putting more pressure and more stress and more, like, getting more angry with myself, and it was getting me deeper kind of too. But anyways, moving on from that, like, crap, I'm gonna be a nurse now. I've been studying.
I know how we started talking about depression.
I know, yeah, dude, depression's a whole nother topic that I can go into, and
I know
it's very interesting. But yeah, I feel like everybody goes through it at some point in their lives, and I've never gone through a deep depression like that. And you got to
experience the whole thing.
I know, that's crazy. You got to see me before it, during it, and coming out of it. Yeah. But hey, here we are, and it's made us stronger. And you've been such a good partner for me, baby, that, like, it's everything has. I'm gonna get a little emotional. No, okay, I'm not gonna get emotional.
Like, not at this podcast. Not at 13 minutes, 38, 39, 40, 41. Okay, seconds.
Yes, but no, you have been such a good partner.
Oh, my baby.
The whole time, like, so patient. Like, seriously, super patient. If your man is not patient with you when you're going through some shit, then he's screwed up in the head.
Kick him out. No, I'm kidding.
Then kick him out because... No, I'm kidding. But, like, come on. Like, he knew that I was dealing with so much stuff, and I would have my bad days. And even on my bad days, he would, like, give me so much love. And I was just like, why do you love me? I'm so crazy. And then he was just like, because I do. Like, so patient and loving. And it's just amazing. So, I'm the luckiest woman alive. Didn't expect it to tear up, but here we are.
You are crazy.
Yeah, he admits it sometimes. Hey, but we're a little crazy sometimes, okay? It's okay. But,
I was crazy once. No.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever heard about that, actually? How does it go? Like,
let me see if I remember.
Yeah, like, I once saw, like,
oh, no, so it's pretty much like...
Oh, no, something.
Yeah, so pretty much it's something that me and my brother would say all the time, but then I showed Emmanuel this, and we'd say it all the time, too. So
Eric, if you're listening, this is your shout out. Shout out to what was it? Is it like My brother, yeah, brother-in-law, right? Yeah, that's what it's
Yeah,
called.
yeah.
Hey, my brother-in-law, Eric.
Airwick, as I like
Eric.
to say.
Oh.
Yeah, but so pretty much when somebody would be like, "Oh, damn, that's crazy," and then we hear the word crazy, me and him would be like, we'd look at them immediately at the person who says crazy. I'm like, I was crazy once. They put me in a room, in a white room. It was full of rats. The rats drove me crazy, crazy. And then you repeat it. I was crazy once, and you just, so it's like funny, like
No, yeah.
yeah. So that was a cool thing.
No, that was really
Anyways,
cool. I like that.
yeah, I know.
It's stuck since, like, it's still stuck until now.
I know. We literally, like, whenever somebody says crazy, Emmanuel and I will sometimes look at each other like crazy. Or if he says it or if I say it.
Yeah.
We don't even have to say the whole thing anymore. We just know, like, we just know. Yeah, but yeah, you guys, shout out to all the people who listen to us as well, because I know that we have a good amount of friends listening to us as well, and family, and
a lot of supporters.
yeah, and it's been really cool, like, that people like reach out to, well, mainly Emmanuel. I don't hate. No, just kidding.
You're like, hey, where are my friends at?
No,
I'm kidding.
No, because
like...
my family, they tell me in person. Like, I know my like dad, like my siblings, even my brothers listen to it. Yeah, so I think it's super cool. I'm just like, wow, like, you guys listen to it, and they're like, yeah. I'm like, wow, because sometimes you think like, oh, like, that's just my like little sisters, or my daughter's doing her thing, and then, but like, so I would have kind of expected for them to just be like, oh, she's just, I don't know, doing nonsense, but they actually listen, and I'm like, you guys listen to it, and you guys don't understand how happy that actually makes us feel, because it's like, wow, you guys take some time out of your day to really listen to our
podcast.
Our podcast,
our
and
commentary, and
our conversations and stuff. Like, that's really cool, and like, I appreciate it. We both appreciate it a lot, honestly, and we can't wait to have a lot of those people on our podcast as well too.
Mm-hmm. We're still like slowly building this, so slowly, like, getting to know like how this works, when's a good time to post, like, things like that. Yeah, even just like when to post, how even to get like productive for ourselves, like to make time to record.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Yeah, we definitely have to like time manage everything, and like, it's a lot. We're learning.
It's actually helping us out too, like with time management and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I don't know, it's just like inspiring to know that like we can reach multiple people and connect with not only our friends and family, but others too, like
other people like around the world.
Yeah, like we've had random people even be like, "Hey, you guys are really good. I hope you guys make it." Like, I'll be following, and I'll be like, "What?" Like, this random person. Like, really, you're really interested in what we have to say or in our lives, and I think that's so cool, because I think about it, and I've been interested in other people's lives, and I'm like, ooh, what are they up to now? Ooh, what are they,
And it's crazy because I didn't really think about it, but we kind of do the same thing when we had social media. Like, well, we still have some social media, but like through Snapchat and like Instagram, technically that's what people do. People just follow them and like check up on them.
Yeah.
And that's what people are doing now through our podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
Except that we're actually conversating with them in a way.
Yeah, kind of like just. So how are you guys? I'm just I
know it would be cool. Like you guys could actually like talk back. But I mean, that's like a video chat.
You guys can talk if you guys want. We won't hear or know, but it's okay.
I know how. Just talk to the mic inside your earbud. I'm listening.
At least the government's listening.
Yeah, I know. Someone's always listening.
Your secret agents are listening.
Oh, that's funny.
You guys are, oh my god, it's so funny. Okay, going into this topic.
That's the one thing I need to know. Okay, so.
Oh yeah, and don't get close to it.
I'm really bad at this, but I try not to laugh like super, super loud.
You can lower it too, though, huh?
Oh, what?
I think you could lower
the sensitivity.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we need a low, like. Huh? Maybe like that. Hello. Alright, anyways. But now that we fix this, I think it's more. Let us know how it sounds. We're gonna ask later on. See if you guys could tell the difference of how it sounds before and now.
Yeah. What he said.
But yeah, point is, I need to control my laugh, because sometimes I laugh too loud. And I feel like...
You don't want to hurt
I don't want to hurt you guys' ears.
I know, it sucks, because it's happened to us where we're listening to a podcast and then it just gets loud all of a sudden. I'm like, ah! And my brain explodes.
No, yeah.
Pretty much.
And you have to use the other brain. No, I'm kidding.
What?
No, I know that didn't make sense. But anyways.
You can. I don't.
Well, you said your brain exploded, that's why.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, but yeah, that's the point. We're trying to make sure we don't explode your guys' brains, because, yeah, I feel like sometimes, even I've listened to this podcast myself, like, when we re-listen to it, and sometimes we listen to it with earbuds, too, and I'm like, oh, damn.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we're still learning, you know, like, stuff like that, too. Like, with audio, and, like, how to control it. And like how to control ourselves, huh?
Yeah.
Like
how to what distance to have.
Huh? Yeah. Oh, distance. Yeah, distance.
Yeah, it's
from
more
the
like
mic.
Distance. Like if we're gonna laugh, we should know that to laugh far from it, like ha 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 ha, or laugh up. You know, at least.
Yeah, not like, directly at the mic, or like. Well, this mic actually is pretty good. I don't know. I feel like it catches a lot too. So.
No, yeah, it definitely does. Yeah, you're right.
So. You're right. It's not my fault. It's blame the mic. No, I'm kidding.
Blame Mike. I'm just kidding.
Mike Tyson.
Yes.
Tyson's chickens. No, I'm kidding. The Tyson farm.
Those are ears. I'm just kidding.
Huh?
Yeah, you know, because they say, didn't he bite someone's ear? Mike Tyson.
Oh no, but I was talking about chickens. Like, isn't there a brand? But yeah, Mike Tyson did bite someone's ear.
Yeah, but the Tyson, yes, chicken. But I said it's not chicken; they're ears. But I was kidding. Like,
now I get you. He's gonna go bite that.
That's why it's his brand.
That's funny. I don't think that is his brand.
I know, but I'm kidding.
Oh.
I know it's okay. All right, moving on, guys. This was an AB and not a C conversation, but now
we use integrity, guys.
Now we're back to ABC. Anyways, guys, thank you guys for listening, of course, to our podcast. But moving on from these topics, we really did kind of want to get into something a little more serious, a little bit that I've been just like kind of not contemplating, but it's been like a lot like. It's been brewing in my head a lot, like all these topics, and I'm just like, whoa, and it's so weird because I don't even think about it sometimes. I'll be studying, like literally studying, and I'm studying in study mode focused, and then I like literally pause, and I get an idea and thoughts of things, and then I pause my exam, and then I'm just like, whoa, and I just started thinking about these topics, and like, it's crazy. It's just crazy that these topics literally shoot into my brain where I'm just like, whoa. I'm like, this is so true. This is how it should be. Oh my God. And like, it's just so weird. Okay. They're probably like, what is she talking about? Just spill it.
Tell me already.
Tell the people. But okay. So pretty much what the topic is, like this whole past week, I've been listening on my TikToks. I've been seeing a lot of like different theories, I guess you can say. Not a lot. It's kind of all like correlated to each other, to be honest. But one of the theories that I saw, what was a TikTok that I saw regarding like pretty much a guy talking about the Bible and like, you know, like, oh, Christianity, and not just Christianity. A lot of people use the Bible, you know, whatever. But pretty much on this topic, it was like, oh yeah, like the Bible was obviously written and chosen, certain stuff was chosen to be put in the book. And this guy was like, well, obviously the number one question for a lot of people is who wrote it and how do you know it wasn't like altered, right? Mm-hmm. But this guy was saying, okay, well, let's just say the Bible is real. Even if it is real, don't you think shouldn't there be more? Like, you don't think that there's stuff that are cut out from it, you know? And then I was like, yeah, that's true too. You know, you really don't know. I'm like, that's interesting, you know? But in the end, of course, like as people, believers, I don't know if you guys are believers. I grew up a Christian, so I'm a believer. But and
I'm a believer too.
Yes, Emmanuel.
I know how I haven't really been talking.
Yeah. Oh, it's because I'm the one that like kind of got into this. This is just like my topic here. I could talk about this forever. That's why. So I'm sorry.
I let you do your thing.
Yeah. But pretty much like regarding that, like he was just like, yeah, like how do you know? Like what else is there to it? Like what else do we not know? You know, and I'm like, that's true. Very interesting, you know. But regardless, point is, I believe that people are just going to choose to believe, you know, regardless of the Bible. A lot of people have accepted it and just chosen. It's a choice. Chosen to believe in it, you know, and believe what it says and believe what is written is real. So that's interesting. But that was interesting to me because I'm like, damn, like that's true. Like I wonder what else like could have been added or what else do we not know that was in there or was supposed to be in there.
That was kept out pretty much.
Yeah, that was kept out, you know, like you just really never know. But point is, I'm still a believer of God, and like all the stories that are like on there, like they're interesting whether you believe them or not, if they happened or not. They're really good stories to pretty much reflect on things too and kind of get guidance through it. It's a good book, I would say. It's literally a book, you guys. The Bible is literally a book, by the way, FYI. It's not like you're not supposed. A lot of people
I
do
know.
this.
I don't know why a lot of people do this, but this is what a lot of people do. I think it's just superstition. I don't know why a lot of people do this, but they like literally open the page to like
Exactly.
they open the book to a random page and then read something random and like
Mm-hmm.
I have now like the key. I'm like
Yeah,
what?
like God, what do you want me to
Huh?
understand for you today? And they literally open it and like randomly choose a page. Like that's not how it
Yeah, it's not
is.
how it works. It's
Yeah.
kind of like getting a book, a random ass book, and be
Yep.
like, huh, what am I gonna learn today? You know, or like, what am I gonna read today? And you just
Yeah.
turn to a random page, like okay, and
Yeah.
then like you don't even get to see like,
The
yeah, the
beginning.
beginning nor the end. Well, I guess you read up to end, but you don't see the beginning or how it led up to that point. You know?
It's definitely like it could be totally taken out of context, you know?
Yeah.
Like that's a big thing that people don't understand. Like the Bible literally in order to understand it, it's been organized for people to read it from beginning to end. So the way they organize it is in chronological order. So literally if okay, I'm gonna give you guys a little background, okay? Because I went to a Christian university. I didn't even know this information, but like I learned it through my university. I was a full time student, so I had to take like classes. And honestly, I didn't want to at first. I was like, great, I have to take these classes. But dude, I learned so much from them, and like I feel like I'm glad I took those classes. I'm glad I was technically forced to take these classes because it definitely enlightened me a lot more
I know.
in something that I claim to be. You know what I mean?
It's
So
crazy. That's something that I should have taken. Like when I was given the chance to go to San Diego University.
mm-hmm.
It would have been cool to take like more religious classes, you know,
Yeah,
because
it's
like
very
it's a Catholic
interesting.
based school, you know.
Yeah.
So then like I would have learned more about like well yeah pretty much more on my history.
Yeah, it's more about like yeah, you I think because it's Catholic based, like obviously it's gonna be more on the history of Catholicism, but it's gonna be the same
You know, it
stuff
still
too.
revolves around the same.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like they're very identical. Like we talk about the like Catholics are also like you said can
it's
be
under the same branch of
yeah,
Christianity.
and they can also be claim being Christian is what
Yeah,
it is. Like it's not like vice. It's you know like it's the
yeah,
same. Like we're
it
both
is the same. Yeah.
yeah. I don't know, but yeah. Point is like the Bible has been split like so like it's been split into two parts. Okay, so the first part is the Old Testament. The second part is the New Testament. And from when I was learned when I was taught in college was like I never really knew that the Bible was like, I never really put it through my head that it's a book. Like, you know, I was like, oh, I was the type of person to be like, I'll sometimes open it and be like, what do you want from me today? Like, maybe I'll have something. And I've done that. I
Yeah.
have. I'm not going to lie. And y'all have done it too. Don't lie.
Huh.
Anyways, yeah.
I feel like everyone at one point has done it,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah. Because sometimes you're like, maybe I should read it, you know? But then you're like, well, where do I start? You know?
Huh.
But that's where people don't know where do I start. But yo, there's a beginning. It's literally says in
Huh.
the beginning too.
No,
So
yeah.
just start in the beginning, guys. So I know it's crazy because a lot of people don't want to start from the beginning because in the beginning it's all the history, all the like lineage of like families and history. Like it's a lot. And I understand it can be boring, but like it's still like you have to understand these people and know these people because they take role and play a part of the New Testament.
Yeah.
So pretty much the Old Testament, from what how I can like kind of like break it down to you guys, is the Old Testament are the promises that God promised to His people. Okay, so He promises these people like these things about the future and
Mm-hmm.
all that stuff, and then the New Testament is pretty much the fulfillment of those promises. But the main promise is that like there's gonna be a savior to come
Mm-hmm.
and like cover our sins and like you know like
Yeah.
save us from our own penalties pretty much. So like through that like you have to definitely go through the beginning to understand the end. So it's you cannot start any book in the middle or just read one part and think like you can't just read one sentence from a paragraph and think you know everything that it means and
that it's
signifies.
About, huh?
Yeah, you can't. It has to be, you have to read the full paragraph, because you don't know what they said in the beginning, you don't know what they said in the end. You know, it has to be read. Like, there's no way you can just get a small piece and think you know it and think you know what it means, because some stuff are metaphors, some stuff are not meant to be literal. But
it's like I don't really give some random example.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, this is my random example. It's kind of like you were going to get a cookie, but for your friend or something. But then you see me getting a cookie, and you're like, "Oh, you're not supposed to eat cookies," and I'm like, "It's not for me." You know, does that make sense? Like, you see something, but like if you didn't see the whole like reason for my action.
Oh yeah.
Like, you don't see like what I really was doing.
Yeah,
or,
like
you
if
know?
you're diabetic, let's just say you're diabetic and you're not supposed to eat sugar because you're like sugar's really high already, and I see you, but you're not gonna get it for you. You're getting, yeah, it's 100%. Exactly. That's a good example. Damn.
But I'm not diabetic.
Okay, and I will not let you get there, baby.
I'm a healthy boy.
Yes.
Boy,
Nurse Janet. You're funny, like Lexi.
No, but yeah.
Lexi, she's the one that always like boy yo yo yo. She's the one that would say that, babe.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
That is funny.
I know, that's funny, huh? I miss my friends. I have two very, very good friends that, like, childhood friends, and I love them so much, and I miss them now. Okay, moving on.
We'll hang out with them. So.
Yeah, we will. I have to
plan something out.
But anyways, moving on from that, yes. So the Bible, very interesting. It is a book. Start it from the beginning. If you're ever interested, it's the best way to start. It's gonna be. You have to be willing to kind of like. You have to be committed, because it's not easy. Even I haven't read fully. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't read it fully from beginning to end, but I've definitely like gone through the most part of it, the most important parts. Because like I said, I had to study it literally beginning to end. It's crazy, but it's interesting. Even if you're not like religious, like or like, you know, like even for me, like I understood the Bible through those classes 100% like differently than I understood it through church, because through church they teach you lessons through the Bible. Oh, lessons through this. It is good to learn from this. It is good to take away from that, right? But you can't. But you know what's very important? Because the class that I took is all the history. Yeah. So it's like timelines, and not only within the timelines, like what was popular, how would they speak. They would use these words, but they weren't literal. They would mean this. This is what they meant when they would say that. You know? So things aren't literal. Like that's what people think. So you, like, if people are preaching.
I feel like that should be like kind of today. Not everybody would understand our lingo right now. Like if we're, well, right now, yes. But if we're talking like in our normal language. Yeah. Well, not normal language, but like everyday talk, pretty much. Someone from another, like, I guess, timeline wouldn't really understand. They'd be like, what does that mean? Like, you know? Yeah. Exactly. And then if they were to look it up and it gives them a literal definition, they're gonna be like, "What the? That's weird." Yeah. You know. So it's kind of the same thing back then. They had their own lingo.
Exactly. They like just like you're saying. Yeah. Every freaking like what is it called? Generations have like their own words that they pick on. Like, you know, like the way they speak that is like more like common. Their dialect. Like, yeah, like everything. You know. So pretty much, I learned all of that stuff. So I definitely learned to read the Bible differently, knowing all that background of it. So I definitely like was like mind blown. Like I was a Christian for so long and I didn't understand it completely until I actually took these classes. So that was really cool. Just a little background, but that was honestly, I think that that was a really cool experience for me. And like yeah. So anyways, but regardless, moving on from that, I kind of did also want to talk about like another thing that I was seeing, like a theory regarding like, what was it? Like how people are like 70% water. Oh yeah. And like even the ocean is 70% water. Like that's crazy. Like what a coincidence, you know? Like
you said the ocean, you mean the world, right?
Oh yeah, sorry.
I know. I think in my mind I already knew what you were gonna say, but then I was like. Just in case for the viewers, no,
well, hey, who knows? The ocean probably is 70% water and 30% poop and dead carcasses.
Oh, wait, whatever else is in there, huh?
Yeah. So maybe I'm right. I don't know. But anyways, yes, I did mean the Earth is 70% water, right? And us humans are also 70% water. So this TikTok made me think, yes, TikToks make me think I saw.
Who would have known?
Not me.
The app that is supposed to only show you naked girls and them dancing. No, I'm kidding.
Oh yeah, babe.
No,
How do you know? Nah,
because this one priest was saying. That's another topic. My bad.
Yeah. That's true.
Anyways, going on.
Yeah. So pretty much like within this topic, like this guy was just like, whoa, that's crazy. Like people are 70% water, and also the earth is 70% water. But then they're like, how is it? Isn't it crazy though? How 70% of that, so that 70% water, okay, that 100% water is only that 5% has been discovered, or roughly like 5 or around there, somewhere around 5. 5% has only been discovered, and like so this guy was like, how is it possible that like what is it called?
They had like the submarine, right? That could actually go very deep, but they haven't tried to discover more, right? Is that
yeah, that's what I was saying. Like he's pretty much like, isn't it like they built a submarine? Oh, the very first submarine that they built was able to go down, and like it like did its job, but then they took it out and they never used it again. It's pretty much what they said. I think
put
that
it in a
first
museum,
one,
right?
Yeah. I think that first one was the one that was like the best.
Like one of the only ones that could go that like deep into the ocean.
Yeah, it was the only one that was able to what is it called?
Pretty much withstand that pressure.
Yeah,
because like it's like a lot of pressure once you go into the bottom of the ocean. You even feel it when you go to like 5 feet in the pool. Yeah, like you go all the way to the bottom, you feel the pressure and your ear starts to pop and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
and that's what's crazy, that like literally people can like die because of that. Like scuba divers and people who do that, like they have to. You know how long it takes them to go back up? It takes them hours to get back up. It's not one thing that they're like they go down and in like maybe 15 minutes they're back up. No, they have to like literally be there for up to 2 hours, going slowly going back up.
Oh no, yeah, because of the pressure, huh?
Yep, because
they can't like do too much of a like quick change.
Yeah, they can't, because the change will affect their body and it could kill them. It could be like deadly. That's crazy, huh?
That is crazy.
Yeah, but
that's actually something I didn't know. Well, yeah, I kind of had an idea of the pressure, but I didn't know that to go up slowly.
Yeah, like how long it is. Yeah, I didn't know that either. But yeah, they literally do. It takes hours. It's not something like easy or quick. Like no, I didn't even. Yeah, that blew my mind, honestly. But anyways, yeah. So this submarine, this only one submarine is the one that was able to withstand the most pressure and was able to discover deeper than any other ones, but they never used it again. They pretty much brought it out and put it away in a museum. I don't know what museum, but in a museum pretty much.
Oh, yeah.
And like
or we could look it up.
That's what I was gonna say. I
can look it up real quick. Let's see.
That's true. You can look it up in the meantime, or here, just use this.
Yeah, okay.
But so yeah, so pretty much what he's saying, he was like, well, how do they know that only 5% has been discovered? How? How do they know, like, how much, like, you know what I mean? Like,
no, like, how do they know that they've actually, like, well, that only that much is
like,
discovered?
how do they know a specific percentage if they haven't even discovered the rest, is what he's saying. Like, how can you just say a number if you haven't even explored the rest? Yeah,
I think it's just based on, I don't know too much because I haven't, like, this is my theory right now that I'm thinking about. Like, I think that maybe just through math, you think, like, they kind of like that, the earth is this much and this is as much as land, and the rest has to be water, and only this much percentage has been discovered, because then the rest has to be water. Like, does that make sense? Like, or ocean?
Yeah, like, because they just don't really know. Like,
it's kind of more of a
kind
rough
of just
estimate.
more of I think you're right.
Because technically, you could do the math of like the whole sphere and see how deep it goes, but then like you still don't know how much of it.
Wait. But the Earth is flat. No.
Oh wow! But the Earth is flat. Wow.
Flat Earthers.
Hello, flat Earthers. No,
Welcome to the Emman and Jan.
But yeah, that's what I was thinking. If it's a sphere, but technically it could be done the same way if it's technically flat. But I don't know. Now that I think it's flat.
Like your chest? Did you?
Like yours.
I'm just kidding.
But then that's the only thing I could think about, like how deep it could go into like the math, you know, like doing the math,
and definitely.
How much left is water, you know.
Yeah.
But then like technically not all of it would be water, because then at one point you have to get to like the different layers, you know, like of the earth. Like,
isn't that crazy?
huh?
Like what's on like what? I just want to go down in there and like find out for myself. Like, but isn't it crazy that the deeper down you go? So this guy was saying the same thing though. The deeper down you go, like you see crazier things, like crazier animals. Crazy, like the animals get uglier, they get more weird. They're like deformed. Like, what is this stuff?
Like what's going on right here? And how could they, but yeah, how do they handle that pressure too?
Like how like. What? And you know what else? Like, oh my god, when it comes to the ocean, we can talk about eels, how they go to freaking like
they go to the Bermuda Triangle,
to the
apparently, right?
The Bermuda Triangle, and everybody knows the Bermuda Triangle. Like it's not
whoever goes there never comes back.
Pretty much,
right?
in that area, it's just like a dangerous area. But it's crazy that all these eels, so they're technically from fresh water. They're freshwater fish, but I don't know if they're saltwater or fresh. I
think they were freshwater.
I think it's freshwater, and then they leave after mating. They leave to saltwater, and then they're saltwater fish now. But the only reason they'll go to the Bermuda Triangle, to the freshwater, is to mate. But nobody ever scientists have never ever been able to see them mate or have them mate, because they do not have a freaking like private
they don't
part.
have parts,
they don't have like sexual organs. So they're like, how do they mate? Scientists have literally like put them together and left them there, and they will not mate. Isn't that freaking crazy?
That is crazy.
They literally will not mate, and they don't know how, and they have not discovered it. But these eels are freaking like, these eels are aliens, bro. Like, they have to be, because what? Like, how is it that you can't see it? But then they mate, and then they can have more, like, well, I don't know. It's crazy.
That is crazy. But they're delicious.
You've had eel?
You haven't had eel?
No.
Like eel sauce or like...
Wait, but I don't think that's eel.
It's not?
I don't think so. I think they just call it eel, babe.
Really?
Yeah. To me, it's like,
but then, like,
teriyaki
I remember, like,
sauce.
one time, like, this, like, my boss, he would sell us eel, too. Eel is edible.
It's just, it is traditionally served on eel.
What is the eel sauce?
Japanese eel sauce is a sweet and salty classic that's traditionally served on eel.
But then there's people also, or was it? I'm pretty sure, was it baked eel or baked salmon? I don't know. I'm pretty sure he did like sell eel.
See, eel sauce does not contain eel though.
But you could eat eel still, huh?
Yeah, you can.
Oh well, I had eel and had eel sauce on it.
That's probably why. That's probably just like the tradition, like they said, the traditional sauce with the eel. That's probably why they call it eel sauce.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because it's like, oh, it's the eel sauce for the eel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That makes sense. But yeah, I kind of I'm like, I don't think it's made out of eel, because I feel like to me it tastes like teriyaki.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like that type of sauce. So I'm like, no, I can't be.
You have a better palate than I do.
I do, dude. I have a good ass palate. I have a good sense of smell, good sense of taste. Not a good sense of hearing though.
Or a good sense of vision.
Oh yeah, that too. My vision sucks ass. Yeah.
Sucks to suck, babe.
I know. If you guys want to send some money,
for some LASIK.
Yeah, for some LASIKs. I would love to collect your money. Just kidding.
Or if you work for LASIK,
or if you work for LASIK
and want to help a friend out.
Yeah. A fellow
blind person in need.
A jolly good fellow. I'm just kidding.
Oh, he's a jolly good fellow.
I'm just kidding. But yeah, anyways, the ocean. Going back to the ocean, it is freaking crazy, and it's just amazing how things work down there. Like how I don't know. I'm sure it's an estimate regarding about 5%, but anyways, going back into that. So pretty much, this guy was saying that like 95% of the ocean hasn't been discovered, and what a coincidence that like the body, they say that the brain, like 90 or something percent of the brain hasn't been discovered. Like you're only using 10% of your brain, and the other 90 hasn't been like what is like
explored or used.
Explored in a way, yeah. Or there's, I don't know how you can get to it, but pretty much, yeah, like you're saying. You just used that 10%. So this guy was like, that's so crazy. Like how is that? Like how's that possible? Like we're very alike to that. And I'm like, that's true. Holy crap, that's so interesting. Like That is like, is it a coincidence or is it not?
But I don't. Huh, I don't think it would be. It's not.
I don't think so.
Because like, think about it. This, like how you were saying, like
Yeah.
like you what were you saying from the verse?
From...
That we're very like godlike. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Or
Yeah.
in the image of God.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We're
We're
yeah.
made in the image of God. So I feel like if we're made in the image of God and God created Earth, like I feel like we were the same, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Because then the Earth creates stuff, and we're able to create too.
Yeah, 100%. You're right. That's true.
And we need each other to live.
Yep. Yeah, you're so right. That's cool. That's damn, my baby. That's my baby. That's my baby.
Something's working up in here
now.
now.
You said more than 5. That's
do you
for
see
sure.
the smoke now?
that you got that 11% working now.
11%.
It's not 10 now. I'm just kidding, but yeah, so it's just crazy like how the body and the earth are very alike. 70% water. Not everything has been explored / discovered within our heads either. So isn't that just crazy? Like, I don't know. I feel like I personally believe that there's ways. I don't know like what ways, but I do believe. Okay, when it comes to theories, I get very theoretical, and one of these things comes down to like, I feel like the government does want to control us. I don't know, like it's just weird. I think like in some way, like dude, like I've literally asked Google Home like is the government listening, and then she'll tell us shit like, remember?
Yeah.
And like she'll literally be like, oh yeah, they listen to things like that they when they need to, like pretty much is what she was saying. And I was like, what?
And then we said, can you repeat what you said again? And she's like, sorry, I don't understand, or something like that, huh?
And then I asked her the same question again, and she said, I'm sorry, I can't give you that information. Or like she did like that, she can't find
like
it.
She'd avoid it or something. Like,
yeah.
But the first time you asked, like she gave you the answer right away.
Yeah,
it was like we caught them off guard.
Yeah, I know, huh? Hey, somebody was like, yes, we're listening. You never know. But yeah, you know, it kind of sometimes makes me think like, damn, like why isn't Google like Google? Like you can Google anything. How is it not going to give you a response, right? Yeah. So I'm just like, what the heck? But like, I don't know. Who knows? But it trips me out. So sometimes I'm just like, damn, maybe they are listening and they're trying to like muppet us or like control us, like little whatever. But yeah, anyways, what was I talking about? I forgot where I was at.
You were talking about theories.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so theories, 5% brain. And then that the government.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's just crazy. Like I feel like we have more potential than we think. And I think that that the government wants us to think like
that we need to be dependent on them. That's what I feel like.
Yeah.
That, oh no, we'll help you.
Like we're limited.
Yeah.
Like we're limited to like our potential. But we're not. We're freaking amazing. Like humanity, like you guys, I don't know if you guys are believers, but I'm gonna use like my things. Like I believe that we are in the image of God as well. And this is something I was telling Emmanuel that I like was thinking about, and I was like we truly have. So we're in the image of God, right? That's what I read in the Bible. That's what it tells me. So we're in the image of God, and God has that power to create, right? And like you said, He created Earth. He created us. And then in the Bible it says we're in the image of God. So think about it. We have that power to create art like for ourselves in our own lifetime. We're able to create humans. We're able to create a home. We're able to create a feast, a food. We're able to create like so much things like through what we do. Through what we freaking do, right? Just like the earth, like you just said.
Yeah.
God created the earth, right? And the earth also creates. You know, and this is what I tell Manuel. I think because we're like in the image of God, we have God-like power within our own lives.
Yeah.
We have the control within our own lives, which means you have the power, and you have to believe in yourself too. You have to believe like, hey, you know what? I can do this. I can do it. It's literally a mentality, like. And
then it's faith.
And faith, yeah. It is what it is. It is faith. You're right, 100%. It's faith in yourself, and that you can accomplish your goals. And like, you know, like as people, like I feel like we're meant to be like, I don't know, like it's just crazy to see how everything in the earth on earth has changed. Like back in the day, like things, I believe that earth has everything we need, everything we need. And that's what like why do we need to like go buy it from somebody when we can find it free on the earth? That it should be free. Like it's free.
There's different ways that we could do it. Like even right now, like through the neighborhood app that we have, like sometimes people post, "Oh, we have these vegetables here. Anyone want them?"
Mm-hmm.
You could make connections like back in the day. Like that's something that people are leaving it now just because of living in a virtual world. They don't make connections.
And it's because it's greed too with everything. Like think about it. We were just talking about it this morning too. We're like talking about how like the whole earth, though it's not the whole earth, but like United States specifically, I believe is based off, like people will say, oh, it was created, what did you say earlier, that it was created on,
oh, like what I said, created like on by immigrants,
by immigrants, and like, oh, we work together supposedly in a way, right? But in a way not really, because like literally these people came and took everything, and they just made these people and brought these people and brought people from other areas, Mexico, China, and made them work for
cheap labor.
For cheap labor. That's greed already.
It's none of the Americans did it themselves. Well, some of them, but I'm not saying none. But because like obviously that people did work and they did their part. I know some friends who even said their grandparents took part of making the railroads.
Oh wow!
And I was like, that's pretty cool. But this whole country was founded on immigrants, you know. Yeah, we're like the core, like of like colored people, you know. And I feel like that's like what brings a lot of like good to this country, you know.
Yeah, 100%. That's true, because it's, and then you know what, like I think it's, like I said, like people need to work together and not like, it really is like working together. Like this is the thing, like, okay, going back to it, humanity. I was saying we literally, I think we're meant to be, there's 3 points that I wanted to make today, and I hope I can remember them. But one of the points was, I think when it comes down to humanity, us, we're all human. Doesn't matter what race, doesn't matter anything, your size or anything. We're human, okay? You're a freaking human. I believe that we're on this earth for one, to work together, like with each other. We're humans. We're the same kinds. Let's work together. Really, let's work together.
Put our differences aside and actually work together and do something.
100%. 100%. This is what people don't understand. One person cannot do anything. Well, they can do stuff, but like one person can't do the work of many. You know what I mean? It takes a team to run a business. It takes a team to run a church. It takes a team
to raise a child.
A whole village. Yes, pretty much. Like it literally takes a team. It's all about teamwork, and people don't think like that anymore. People think I can do it on my own. I can do it, and like that's the wrong mentality to have.
I don't want to help.
Yeah, that is the most weird. Then you know what? It comes back where I said, when I was depressed for a while, I got to the point where I didn't care to like reach out. I didn't want to. I would like not text people back because like I just didn't feel like it. I was like, I don't feel like talking to anybody. So I'd leave people on read all the time. And those are the moments that I should have taken advantage of those people. You know, because I didn't feel like talking. I felt like I could do it on my own, you know, and like I couldn't. You cannot handle crap on your own. As humans, you need a partner or your team, you know, and it's honestly just another part. It's not.
Damn, you know, I just thought about like
what?
That's pretty much what like God did too. You know, it wasn't like Adam here first on earth, and then he created the woman like through Adam. Yeah. Like, because we're meant to be social, you know. Like we can't be on our own. And through that, like life started, you know.
Yeah, and that's literally what it is, babe. Like I really believe that, because we just have to work together. Nothing can go good if you're not committed with each other too. You have to be committed with your people, man. Like if you got if I'm gonna say I got your back, do you got mine? And you say yes, okay, you build that trust, and you know communication. It's like that's another thing. So the three things I said, humanity is meant to be united.
Together, united.
They're meant to be united. They're meant to communicate and socialize, because that's a big part in keeping us satisfied in our lives.
It brings us meaning.
Yes,
that's
definitely.
what we revolve around.
100%. And then the third one was, okay, so we have, what was it? Unity, socializing, and caring.
Yeah.
And caring.
So compassion, maybe, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. Compassion, yeah. So pretty much what it is like to care. Productivity, I'm sorry. It was productivity.
Yeah.
So going back, erase that. Well, part
it
of it. Yeah, take it back, y'all, now.
Take it back now, y'all. One hop this time. Okay, anyways.
Yeah.
Not shot real smooth.
Yeah, so, oh my god. But, yeah, with that, so it's unity, productivity,
and socializing.
That's definitely like communication, good communication. Yeah. You know, you can't you
can't just be like hanging out, you know.
Yeah,
and that's where productivity comes in. Yeah.
Well, it goes back to kind of what you said, like communication, where like, let's just say you're diabetic and you're getting a cookie, instead of me being like, hey, you can't be doing that. That's not good communicating, because you're like, what the hell? It's not even for me, you know. The way
and I throw the cookie at you.
Yeah, it could even go that way. You see what I mean? That's not good communication, because you're jumping to conclusion already. The way he should have approached it, or I should have approached it.
And a suicide.
Huh?
A suicide.
Yeah, it is a suicide. Exactly. A suicide.
That's something one of my English teachers said to me.
Yeah.
Don't commit a suicide. Don't commit a suicide.
Yep.
And that means assuming and suicide.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then you're just gonna throw yourself.
Assumption, suicide.
Pretty much.
You're throwing yourself into you and the unknown. Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much, because you don't know what you're really assuming.
Yeah.
You're just
you don't know if it's a fact for sure. You know. Yeah. So yeah, pretty much going back to that. Like if I were to really see you doing that, I'd be like, what are you doing? You know, that's a better way. Like, what are you doing? And then you'll be like, oh, I'm getting a cookie for whoever.
Yeah.
Like, don't lie. Like, no, like for us. Oh, okay. All right, good. You better not eat a cookie. You see, there you go. How big difference was that right there? You see, by one thing, like instead of committing a suicide, you simply just ask a question. Ask what they're doing.
Like the world a better place, you know?
Yeah, exactly. It does.
Like, you could even see that at work. If someone just sees like someone talking and they have downtime, but they don't know that, they just go up to them and be like, oh, what are you doing? Like, and like come up to them aggressively, and it's like, bro, like I don't have work, like I'm sorry.
Yeah, oh my god.
But like, yes, you have to communicate to them differently. Like, oh, like what's going on, guys? Is everything okay? Like, you know?
Exactly.
Like come to me like, oh, why are you guys working? You know?
Hell yeah, that happened. Oh yeah.
No, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna get into that, but yes, 100%. I agree.
I agree. Chef's kiss.
Seriously.
No, but yeah, there's like different ways that people could take different approaches, but I mean, we're all human, you know, but. And we gotta take things as a learning experience. We can't be perfect right away either.
And that's another thing. Like when it comes down to it, we're not perfect. We're gonna say the wrong things, and we're gonna make mistakes, and we're gonna do things, you know. And that's where it comes back to it. Forgiveness. Forgiveness is the biggest thing. Like people are so freaking petty nowadays that it's like disgusting. It's freaking disgusting. And you know what? I've been petty myself. Everybody's been petty at some point. But that needs to stop. For example, like in relationships, pettiness ruins relationships. Like it really fucking does. Excuse my language, but it really does. And like, I don't know, like there's no need. Okay, for example, if for you and I, if we're mad and like you do something that pisses me off, why am I going to go be petty and do something to piss you off? You know, the best way to do is like me go up to you and be like, dude, you know, babe, you're fucked up.
Why'd you do that?
Why'd you do that? You know, yeah, but it's true. Like,
and that's communicating.
It is
like, oh my bad, baby, sorry, I was just mad. Like, I don't know, you know, like talk about it.
We should write a freaking book. I told you I want to write a book one day in my life, and I think I will.
You can write a book.
Hell yeah, watch one day.
Even and let us know if you guys want relationship advice. No, I'm kidding.
I know. I feel like I could talk about relationships like forever. Like, yeah, I'm damn, I'm gonna be 25, but I'm only
Yeah.
25. I'm young, but honestly, I feel like I've like definitely gained a lot of knowledge through like other people, my parents, and
Mm-hmm.
through myself.
And that's like something that like my mom would always say too. Like she would always be
Mm-hmm.
like, "Oh, you should learn it from others too." But like
Mm-hmm.
sometimes we're just like very I was gonna say in Spanish, necios, disobedient. Yeah, it's the same thing, right?
Nacos son
Uh,
ustedes.
but
Not
yeah,
narcos.
not narcos,
Just
nacos.
nacos.
Like yeah, silly,
Dummies.
dummies.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like we should take into consideration other people's experiences instead of trying to just do it ourselves
Mm-hmm.
and be like, oh, it didn't work out for them, but like it's gonna work for me,
Mm-hmm.
and come out with the same result.
Yeah, a hundred
And like,
percent.
okay, now I learned my lesson, you
I
know?
see that's what it is. That's where it comes back. It comes back to the unity, the communication. If you know
Mm-hmm.
somebody who's gone through that experience and you're kind of going through it, go to them and go like, hey man or woman, whatever. Like I'm going through this. I see you've gone through that. Like, is there anything you can help me with?
Exactly.
And there you go. Like,
And
but
people are more than willing to help, to
hell
be
yeah.
honest.
When people go through some hard shit, that's when they learn to kind of change their mentality and way point of views. At least I for the most, you know what? I don't know. I would say like 40, 60 cuz 60% of those people probably like might not learn and wouldn't care to relearn and continue these
Oh yeah.
nasty patterns, but
At a point, it just becomes a way of their life, a way
mm-hmm.
of their living, and just a habit.
Yeah, 100%. But you know what, too? I think that that's not only that it becomes a way of life. I think that, like, it gets to a point where people think that's okay and that's them.
Yeah, that's
When,
why, because like they accept it now. They're like, oh, they've been like this for so long, we can't change them.
yeah, yeah. But,
And then
and
that's their
that,
excuse.
yeah, and they don't try to. And the
Yeah,
thing is, like, people don't try to approach a person
they're not open about it too
differently.
either.
Yeah, like, for example, like, if a person's a petty person, how about instead of being petty back, because they're always petty, try being nice to them and changing it up. And maybe they're not even used to that. They're like,
Yeah.
whoa, whoa, whoa,
Now, what
whoa.
happened?
They're like,
Huh.
what? Like this person, like, and like, you can't hold grudges. Like, holding grudges only freaking makes you, what is it called? Amargo. Like, how do you say
Yeah,
amargo?
bitter.
Bitter. There you
Yeah,
go. In Spanish, it's amargo. In English, bitter.
yeah.
So it makes you bitter. You think you don't think it'll make you bitter, but trust me, you just seeing being like, oh, that freaking person. Yeah, I'm talking about this
Huh.
person. You get in a bad mood. It ruins your day, even. Like, shit. Like, that's how it is.
Yeah.
You're literally making yourself bitter. You have to learn to let go. You have to literally be like, you know what? This person pissed me off so bad, but you know what? They're human, and that's
Mhm.
that's what it
And
is.
sometimes it's just like they probably don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, they probably don't know, or they were just also angry. Like, that's another
Something else is
thing.
going on. It's just, yeah.
There's so many background things. Like, there's always a reason. Like, humanity doesn't just react for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
There's always a reason. For example, Emmanuel will tell me I will sometimes respond to him rudely, and then he'll be like, "You're probably just hungry," and then I get even more mad. I'm like, "Shut up! I'm not hungry." And then literally I eat, and then I feel in the best mood ever afterwards, and I'm like, "Holy crap, babe! I think you were right. I actually am hungry." And I didn't want to admit it because I didn't know that's what it was. But I'm over
Mm-hmm.
here hangry, getting pissed off for everything, and and
Uh,
all I needed was food all along. Like, I don't know. This can go to so many topics, and it goes back to kids too. You guys, like, kids are little humans too. Like,
yeah.
please do not forget about these kids, because I see that parents sometimes see their kids, and they're grumpy coming back from school, and like they give their parents attitude, and their parents, you're on the timeout, and it makes their day worse. Like, why don't you go and be like, why are you so angry?
Yeah, like
What's
what
going
happened?
on?
Is everything
Yeah.
okay at school?
Yeah, like, what if your kid's getting bullied? What if, like, the teacher said something rude or made fun of the kid? Teachers sometimes are messed
Yeah.
up and make fun of kids too. Like, maybe not purposely, or maybe that's just how they joke, but people take things differently, and they need to be like, especially with kids,
No, yeah.
like, coming from a teacher, like, I feel like teachers tend to be people that kids look up to. Growing
Mm-hmm.
up, you do look up to your teachers, because those are the ones who guide you through little things. They
Yeah.
have you do fun things. Oh, we're doing this, and you're getting these experiences with a teacher, and like,
Mm-hmm.
you grow bonds with them. You really, really do. So, like, if you were to grow a bond with somebody, and then a kid think you're like being mean because he doesn't have that same sense of humor,
No, yeah.
like, that's sad, because now he's going home and he's like, my teacher hates me. You know what I mean? Or, like, it's sad, but it's true. Like, always think, always consider that with kids. Like, kids are little humans. They have bad days. They wake up grumpy. They get bullied too. They get picked on, and like, things go wrong. They get tired. Exactly. They get hangry as well. Like, you guys have to think about that. I don't know if you guys do, but I don't have kids, but I freaking think about that. I have niece and nephews, so I always think of them like
little humans.
Yeah, little humans, because they're smart. These kids are smart. Kids, even in the Bible, it says, there's a verse that says, do not let people tell you can't fulfill things and complete things and achieve things just because you are young. And it's true.
And it's true, because like, even like, and this actually is brought another like thing from the Bible, like, because even like Jesus, when he was like a little kid and he would go preach, like sometimes they would be like, oh, what he's talking about, and then they, after they like, kind of like, oh, okay, like, he actually has a good point. They started giving him like more respect, and then many people started listening to this little kid. It was when he was a little kid, like not as an adult yet, but even just like, I don't know how old he was at that time. Yeah, like
probably like a teen, honestly, like a younger teen, like maybe like
Pre-teen
13,
maybe,
12. Yeah, it's true, dude. Like, it's amazing. Kids are amazing. Talk to them like they're freaking adults. You can baby them every here and there, but honestly, if you like, I don't
talk
know,
to them like an adult,
they're
gonna pick on so fast.
Hell yeah. And honestly, they understand a lot more than you think. If you think, oh, maybe this is a little complicated for them, you can still talk to them, and even if it is a little complicated, maybe they'll try to understand in the other ways. Like, it reminds me of like the freaking Kiyosaki, his book.
Robert Kiyosaki.
Yeah, what is his book again?
Rich Dad Poor Dad.
So Rich Dad Poor Dad, he kept trying to explain to Kiyosaki, like, the whole time, like, he was like, what, 9 years old? I think,
yeah, he was around that age. He was like pretty young.
Yeah, you see, he was 9 years old, and he himself said he didn't understand like what the guy was telling him.
Yeah.
But he was like, but the guy kept trying to explain in different ways, and eventually they understood, and they were still so young. And I'm like, damn, see, like,
there's different ways of learning, pretty much.
Yeah, it's not only that, you have to be patient.
That too.
Because it takes time. You can't just learn all this. Even for nursing. For me, I feel like I went through nursing school, and I was like, whoa, 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 and I learned a lot. And then afterwards, I was like, oh shit, I feel like I don't know crap. But like, throughout studying, like, I've been studying throughout this whole year, little by little, in pieces, but now I've been full concentrated studying right now. Yeah. But before, like as I would study, like, I'd be like, oh wow, I didn't know that. But like, I did know that, you know. And it's like, but it's weird, because like, you're rereading stuff, but then it's like making sense. You understood it a little bit, but then you reread it and like, it clicks.
Oh, you're just reinforcing that.
Yeah, it's a reinforcement. So pretty much, when you first learn something, you're not going to catch on right away. It takes a whole course sometimes to understand certain topics. And with that book, it's financial literacy. So hell yeah, that's a big topic that, like, not everybody is you're not gonna understand it in one day, for sure. It's like you said, time,
throughout time.
Yeah, throughout time, for sure. But yeah, damn, I lost my train of thought. What the heck? I really did.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm being for reals. I don't know why my mind went blank right now.
Well, we were talking about like about little kids earlier.
Okay, yeah. So see, that's what I was saying. So pretty much, like, he understood as a little kid, and like, little kids understand a lot. They really do. You just have to be patient with them, and that's what a lot of adults don't have: patience for kids. Kids need that patience. If you give that time and patience for your kids, trust me, they're gonna be the smartest. Just like, okay, I'm not gonna say just like training an animal, but to fully train an animal well, I trained our dog, and that shit stressed me out. It pissed me off. Like, potty, pooping, training, everything was hard.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't easy, and it would piss me off to the point that I wanted to get rid of him many times. Yeah, literally so many times I was like, I'm sick of it, and I'm the one cleaning up after. Like, I got mad, but like, I would still be consistent though. I would still be like, I wouldn't give up. I'd be like, he's so annoying. Why doesn't he just learn already? Yeah. And it took months, and even now it's still like, wow, he finally got it down. Like, completely. So it's definitely like time consuming, and it takes time. It's not from one time to the other, but
you leave them like that neglected, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta find a way to exercise their brain and everything, you know.
Yeah, make them think, put their brains to work too, you know. They're small, they catch on very quick. So yeah, it's just amazing that it is the way that is. But yeah, I always take that into consideration. Like when people react, there's always a reason behind it, and that goes towards, like I said, the kids. Kids are humans too. We're people. Exactly. All of us are people. No matter if they're old, if they're young, we're all people. Take it into consideration. I've dealt even in the hospitals with people that are like being rude, trying to get out of bed. They won't shut up. No, you know, like, and like.
That's funny. I remember all your stories.
Yeah, all my stories.
I know. I can't wait for you to go back.
Know. Me either. I'm ready. I'm ready to take
start your career.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Because before we just school,
but I still experienced a good amount.
You still had experiences. You had to do what's called clinicals.
My rotations, my clinical rotations. Yeah, I got to go everywhere. I worked in really good hospitals. Kaiser. I worked with over there in Marietta. But I forgot what it is.
Loma Linda?
No, Loma Linda's here over here. Oh, boy, yeah, I actually did volunteer at Loma Linda before nursing school, though.
Oh, okay.
That was before, but I didn't really do, like, hands-on. I worked in the ICU, so I was there for a little bit, but I wasn't doing... Because I wasn't, like, able to, but I was able to watch.
No, that's cool,
much, yeah. But, no, yeah, I've gotten to see, and, like, a lot of nurses will dismiss, like, a lot of the patients because they're like, oh my god, this person's just so agitated, like they just keep, you know, like sometimes it's true. Sometimes they will, like, because they're like, oh, I have other stuff to do, so they'll dismiss them, and I understand. But honestly, like, sometimes I go and, like, there's a reason. All this old man wanted was a conversation, and I left, and all I had to say was, I would love to continue to talk with you, but I really have to take care of other patients as well. You know, just a little bit of your time. It's not gonna hurt, like, you know.
Because I feel like this is another thing too. Like, I feel like sometimes people, like, when they have a good paying job, or I don't know, it's just something good, you know. Sometimes they just focus on that. I'm here for the money. Yeah. I'm not here to, like, be a good worker. Yeah. Or, you know, just kind of, sometimes they just kind of try to do the bare minimum and just.
Yeah. And you know what? That's true. I feel like you see that a lot more now. Yeah. Actually, I think you see that a lot more now, and that's not just. That's everywhere.
No, it's not just in nursing. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. Everywhere. Any job. Every single job, almost, to be honest.
And that's just, like, disappointing. It's, like, kind of disappointing. Like, I understand, like, maybe to some people it's just, like, a pass-by job. And I get it. Yeah. But what people don't understand is that even through a small, simple restaurant or fast food restaurant job, you can truly learn time management. You can truly you can truly learn what is it called, leadership, communication leadership skills. Exactly. There's so many things that you learn from these that I went for my first job. I worked at Farmer Boys for like 4 years almost, no, 3 years I would say. And at first I didn't take it serious. I'd call off, I'd do like a bunch of stupid stuff. Like I didn't care for it because I'm like, oh, this is a stupid job, blah, blah, blah. But then I got to a point where I kind of matured a little bit more, and I was like, okay, well, I started closing. And then once I started closing, I was like, oh, you know, it's not too bad. You know, I started to enjoy it. I was like, it's not that bad. And then, but then people started calling off. Others would call off, and then I would have to close. And I'd be like, damn, this is the same thing I would have to do to others. And other people, I would make other people stay longer than they needed to, you know, to complete the job. And I'm like, that's so not fair. And then I was like, damn, like, you know what? I guess this is karma, because I did that, and now I have to close for these people.
Pretty much learning the lesson.
Yeah, learning the lesson. And so then after that, I was like, damn, like, you know what? I'm always being negative about going to work. Like, I should be positive. Like, one time I heard somebody being like, there's people that need money and that would die for a job but can't because either like different reasons, you know. And I'm like, yeah, that's true. I'm like, and I'm over here like being careless about a job. I'm like, damn, I need to be more appreciative of it. And once I changed that mentality, I became more responsible. I you know, like with everything. And like, dude, like people would even come to me and be like, damn, you look like you run this place. And I'm like, and to me, it was so easy. Like people, like literally some girl came up to me, she's like, you literally look like you run this place. Like you look like you're the owner. And I'm just like, I'm not though. And she's like, but damn, like, cause I was training her. She's like, you do really good. And I'm like, thank you. Like, well, that's just kind of how I do, you know. So that's just like who I am and how I treat my customers, and no matter who they are, you know.
No, yes, that's supposed to be, you know.
Yeah, definitely. But it's just crazy that nobody wants to like put their part, you know. And if people just decided to put their part, like if you have a job and you know you have a job, just like let go of the problems at home because that's now at home.
Mm-hmm.
You're now at work, and I understand some things are stressful, and you know it's okay, but
you can't just like forget about it, you know.
yeah, not everything is gonna be like, oh, it's all gone, you know. But like try to stay away from it. It's a good getaway. Like if you have an opportunity to not sit home and think about it, go to work and communicate with your coworkers.
Talk about other stuff.
Yeah.
You gotta learn to separate like business and personal.
Yeah, you know, and like, cause I see it all the time how people can be so rude, like just because they're having a bad day, and it's like, dude, what did I do to you? Like I've had nurses who are freaking, yeah.
No, yeah.
And like I'm just like, what did I do? I'm just here to learn from you. Like I keep asking you, you're ignoring me. Like really? And like, oh hell no, you know,
No,
like
yeah.
it's just not okay, and it just ruins
the experience
hope too. Yeah, the experience and the hope for people. Like they're gonna be like, oh, all other nurses are bitches too. You know, like you know, it's like it changes. It gives people perspectives that shouldn't be.
Yeah.
But whatever, I guess that's pretty much that part. It's just crazy stuff. But yeah, I'm excited to do nursing again. So then,
yeah, I'm excited for what the future has for us. To be honest,
I'm very optimistic, and I feel very confident that this podcast is gonna do good, and that we're both gonna do good for sure.
No, yeah, because we really do want to help out our friends. We want to help out our community.
Hell yeah.
We want to see everyone succeed. We want to see everyone make a change in their life.
Yes, that's the thing. We like what our goal is to make positive change within our families. Like there's so many things that as growing up you hold on to things that you see, you hold on to things that you've experienced, and you know, in the past, right? Like all these things, but like we just need to like try to let go of those things too, and break those chains that are negative within our histories, our family histories. Like even when it comes down to alcoholism, when it comes down to like substance abuse, whatever, like, you know, it can be like passed down because it's from what they see, but like just because you see that doesn't mean that's who you are or where you're gonna go. You know, you can see that and be like, that's not what I want, and look at somewhere else and be like, that's what I want. Just like the other way, or just decide for yourself, that's not where I want to be.
No, yeah.
So avoid those things. You know, like it's just crazy, but like it's not always easy, because obviously it depends, but like it's just more of like, oh my god, freaking Hercules in the background.
He's probably like barking at a cat or something.
Hercules.
I don't know what he's barking at.
Me either. But to finish off, I was trying to say, what was I saying? Oh my god, he's so loud.
We'll be back on a short break.
Yes.
So what's up, guys? We're back.
Yes, we are.
We had to go check up on what Hercules was asking us for. Because sometimes, like, when he barks out loud or like he gets more agitated, it's for a reason, you know?
Yeah, definitely. So we just go listen. We listen to our doggo, to our hound. Yeah, we definitely listen to him because, you know, you never know. And it's good to check because you really just never know.
No, especially because recently we heard about people just jumping over the fences. Like the people's backyards and trying to get into inside their house through their back sliding door.
Yeah, through the back doors if they leave them unlocked. So be careful. I don't know where you guys live.
Oh, yeah.
In our neighborhood areas, that's been a little more common. People jumping into their backyards, trying to get in, trying to see what's open, and then like if you end up catching them, they would say like, oh, it's because I'm being chased to try and like, you know, get out of it pretty much. But they do carry like weapons and stuff like that too on them. It's pretty much what they're saying.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Just be careful, guys, because nowadays people seem to be doing whatever they want or can in order for money. No, yeah, it's a terrible world sometimes.
It's crazy. It's just like people don't understand that, like,
There's a lot of jobs available. We'll get a job.
Yeah, not only that, but think about it. There's literally food pantry places.
No,
There's
yeah.
literally
There's a lot of resources.
if people were to just go to a church and be like, I truly need money, literally the church would most likely help these people. Like that's how it is sometimes, you know? Like when people are in need, like I said, it goes back to humanity. Like when people are in need, like we just as a team can all pitch in a little bit and help make a big difference for somebody. Like we see like TikTokers being like helping these homeless people change their lives literally in like months or less than months. I don't know, within like a week even.
No, yeah.
I don't even know how like far these videos are from, but like when they like approach the homeless person, they like, you know, take care of them and like keep their hygiene, you know, like all these things. And then next you know, they go back to them and like, hey, we've been trying to find you, everybody's been telling me we raised this money and here we're gonna help you freaking restart your life over.
Pretty much.
And it's like, what think about how many people we can help doing that.
Exactly.
Truly. But then again, it's those people who want to change their lives will be willing to take that, but there's others who are willing to be okay with the lifestyle. And you know, it just depends. There's a little bit of everything, but overall, guys, pretty much the points that we had that I had was that humanity is very well. Emmanuel agrees with me. This is something that just came to my head, and we spoke about it, and we created those 3 points together. So yeah, you know, so we have that same mentality. But humanity is meant to be productive and work together and communicate together very well. So when you're productive, you definitely feel fulfilled. For me, like I say, when I complete my tasks that I feel like are needed, like even just cleaning, obviously sometimes it's hard to even want to start, you know. Like where do I even start? This needs cleaning, that needs cleaning, everything needs cleaning, right? But the point is not to like sit there and think about what needs to be done. The point is, okay, well, I'm gonna start here, fuck it, you know. I'm gonna start here. And you start there, and wow, even if it's like the table that you just cleaned, wiped down, wow, the table looks really nice. You know what, I'm gonna go ahead and sweep the floors because now I dropped a lot of crumbs on the table. You know, there you go. Now you have a little chain reaction from it. So
exactly.
And it's true. You get fulfilled through those things. Like, why do you think that rich people who have money and grow into the wealth, or like are born into the wealth? I mean, like a lot of them don't have to work. They don't have to do crap, and like and they have all this money, right? You would think, oh, what a perfect life, right? I want to live that life. I don't want to have to do crap. But literally, think about this rich people that grow into this. What do they end up doing? Literally, yeah.
Oh, were you asking me or not?
I was asking you.
Question.
I was asking you, but then like you didn't respond. I didn't see your lips move, so then I was gonna respond.
No, but yeah. They pretty much just fall into drugs and then partying. They have nothing else to waste their time on. They're just like, oh, well, everyone knows I'm rich. Everyone's gonna follow me. Everyone thinks I have a good lifestyle. But all these people, they're doing this stuff for me.
Yeah, and they go into these it depends. Not everybody.
No, yeah, obviously not everybody. Because then there's people who actually know how to raise their children good.
Yeah, I know how to like you know. It just depends. When somebody has nothing to do and they have everything. At that point, they're like,
what else? What's next?
What to do now? You know? And then they start going into drugs and partying and like, yeah, like it can be fun, but that's not the lifestyle you want. Because then once you get into that stuff, like you see people, they start to care less for themselves. They start to care less for their home. All they want to do is be out. They don't want to be in there. You know what I mean? Like they
start to care less for others.
Yeah, and for others too, you know? Like what about your family now you're missing events because
you decided to go
a party.
Yeah, like that's another thing. Like for a rave, like I don't know, it's like the New Year's one. Like I honestly I wanted to go, but it's New Year's and it's a family day. Obviously, I don't want to miss out. You know, especially like bringing in the New Year with my family. Like so, that's why I never gone.
And you know, and that's not only just like with family, but with friends. You know, like too, like I mean, like, this is the thing. Like, we're not, like, saying, don't party, don't drink, don't do drugs, whatever. Do what you want, to be honest. That's on you, because if you have free will, you make your personal choice. But just remember that every choice has a consequence. So you can't just make a decision and not think about a consequence, because there will be consequences. If you know that you're going to drink, you're like, hell yeah, I'm going to drink. And then you wake up, you're like, damn, I have the worst headache. Now I can't go to work. It's like, you know that after a night of drinking comes
not just drinking, but binge drinking.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
Because you're not going for just one beer.
Yeah, exactly. Binge drinking. There you go. You know, like you know that there's that. So if you know you have that, like I don't know, you just have to be responsible in the end. Like, I'm not gonna, like, I'm not trying to be a hypocrite because, like, I've done some of these things myself.
And that's why we learned our lessons.
Yes, and that's how we learn. And that's what we learn. You learn through your experiences. Again, you know, you have to learn because if you don't learn, you're gonna go through it multiple times. How many people do you see that don't, like, struggle financially, that, like, they're like, oh, I don't have money. Like, well, what do you do with your money then? You know, and then they're like, well, you know, like, you know, and it's true.
Where does it go?
Yeah, where does it go? What the heck? And it's just like bad, like, managing and things like that. Like, I don't know, you know, there's just like a lot. But point is, I feel like people definitely have to be productive because when you have nothing to do or you don't, like, everybody does things for you, you don't feel fulfilled. You're literally bored with your life that you get into the bad habits. But the good thing is to build good habits. Exactly. That's the important thing.
No, yeah. Like, even, like, for example, like, because I've been listening to the Joe Rogan show and with Mark Zuckerberg. Sorry, I don't know why I'm stuttering. Anyways, I think it's just getting late. But yeah, there, Mark Zuckerberg was just talking about, like, how his morning routine goes. How the first thing he does is, like, get his emails read. He doesn't respond to them right away, but, like, he does all that, goes to think, does something active, something that's productive, like something that requires him to be physical, and then that's like his hobby, you know.
Like something that pretty much requires his full focus.
Yeah.
Like something that you mentioned earlier, like about him, like running. Remember how he used to? Like,
he said he used to run, and he said that that he liked running, but the only thing bad about running is that it made him think. And that he didn't want to do that because he wanted to take an actual mental break from life, you know.
Yeah, 100%. And that's where it comes back to, like, keeping your friends and family close to you. Like, literally, like, if you're able to go and hang out with your family and friends and you can vent to them and then move on from that, and then they can maybe help you, like, maybe they can give you advice, or maybe they know somebody who went through something, or maybe they just like, well, you know what, let's have a good day out, let's make you a good meal, you know, or you know, things like, you need your friends and family, because then if you don't, like it's productive too, you know. It could be physical, like he said, he, like, there's different ways though, you know. Is what I'm trying to say. Like, you can go, like, you know what, I'm gonna go on a hike with my friend, let's go on a hike, you know. And yeah, you can talk about it, but you can also do different things, like talk about.
But I think what he wanted was to kind of like get away from thinking, you know, like, because if you go to your family, well, that's more like closure, you know. He just wants to get away from his problem right now, I guess.
Yeah.
And just do something physical, like for his full health, you know.
No, yeah.
And instead of, like, I don't know, I guess, like, not relieving any stress out, you know.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like when it comes down, like, hey, like, I'm gonna give you an example. Like, with my family, there's a lot of crap going on, that I could be bringing up when I go hang out with them. But now I choose not to do that because it stresses me out, and I know it stresses them out. So it's kind of like, when you're on your own, you do a lot of thinking. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you sometimes need another person to even distract you. If you're not into that physical, whatever, hobby stuff, there's other ways to go about it too. Like, you can have, that's what I'm trying to say.
I was just trying to understand what you're saying. That's what I was like.
Yeah, but I get you. Like even, but that's what I'm saying. Sometimes just talking to somebody will literally relieve you from that stress sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, you just feel a little better. Like, instead of just like you're holding it in and like, I'm stressed out, you know? But sometimes just speaking it out and letting it out through your mouth will even help, even just a little bit. And then from there, okay, well, we don't want to talk about this anymore, we've spoken about it, let's move on. And then now you have other hobbies. Let's play video games, let's do this, let's do that. You want to make food, you know? Like, you have that to also distract you off of that. You're not going to be sitting there a whole day hanging out with your friend talking about the same shit, like the same issue over and over. I mean, if you want to, you can, but that's going to be an issue for you in the end, you know? Like, but that's what I'm trying to say. Like, there's other ways to go about it too, if you want. But that's what I'm saying. You need your people too, you know. You need your partners and friends and so on.
No, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I mean, I feel like that's probably why he did something else that required more people. Because, like, if he's running on his own, he's just gonna be thinking.
Yeah, and even if you're running in groups, though, you're not really gonna talk.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
But
Like,
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But it's just don't be alone.
No, yeah.
I think that's what it
well,
is.
that's the thing is because we're all social people.
Yeah, we are social people, and like we need to release that through different ways. And if you need a break, yeah, have breaks. I feel like me going out with my family now like isn't breaks for me.
Mm-hmm.
We went to the baseball game with my dad. That gave me a break, and it gave me relief, and it was so nice. We've gone to your family. Your family's come over to our house. Like that's nice too. Like having them over is nice. Like that's my mental break. Not thinking about anything else, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And just like, hey guys, how have you guys been? You know, tell me about your day. Tell me about your life. You know, like that's kind of like you're kind of re-guiding yourself from topics and stuff like that, you know?
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, but yeah, guys, stay productive and stay happy and create your own happiness. Like I said, we can create your own happiness, man. Like it's funny, I tell Manuel this, like I told him that today. I was like, I think that if I was born in the 90s, not in the 90s, but the 1900s, like the 70s.
It is the 70s. That's a hippie stage, right?
Yeah. I would totally be like a hippie. Like no matter where I was, no matter where. But since that was the stage, I would have totally been one of those hippie people. Mm-hmm. Peace, love, and unity, guys. Literally. That's all. It's true.
Huh.
It's literally is true.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, you guys, that's honestly like all we kind of had for today, pretty much, huh? Yeah, this is one of the longest podcasts we've had.
Now
so
it is,
far.
huh? It's broken the record.
Broken the record, and
what was the record? Like, well, I don't even know how long the other one was.
It was like 50 minutes, I think.
Already,
like
none of them have made it an hour, huh?
No, we have not.
Wow.
We have not. Yeah, but honestly, you guys, thanks for listening. If you guys went through this whole freaking podcast,
congrats to you.
Congrats, you have achieved what is
excellence,
it called? Excellence. ultra level.
Right. But yeah, we want to give a few shout outs. So one of the shout outs is gonna be to my friend Key from work.
Shout out to Key.
Oh, shout out to Key. Hey. Mr. Elon Musk. No, kidding. And my second shout out is gonna be to Genaro, because he says that even though like we might not talk on a daily, that he does listen to our podcast, and that this is the one way that he is able to communicate. Well, not communicate, but like connect to us. Yeah, you know, connect and see what we're doing, what we're up to, and like I feel like in a way like I'm kind of talking to him sometimes, or like, well, like in a way I feel like maybe we're having a conversation, you know, like I mean that's how he feels, like, oh, I could be talking to him and like he could be disagreeing, you know. Yeah
100%. Yeah, because that's literally what it is. We're just talking and they listen and nod their head when they agree, or say yeah when they
or
when we tell them to say
stuff,
yeah.
No, yeah, it's true.
You know.
But yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
No, they're my two shout outs. I don't know if you have any shout outs.
Well, I want to shout out to, of course, my family. I think definitely something that's surprising. Like I mentioned earlier, I didn't expect that. Like, I don't know why. And I hope you guys don't take that to offense. Like, not that you guys don't care about me, but it's just sometimes like you just don't expect it. Does that make sense? I don't know. So like, I really appreciate it. So. True. Yeah, so for me, like, shout out to, like, definitely my brother Eric, because, of course, he's been like, hell yeah, do your podcast, and don't eat. Giving me pointers.
During the podcast.
Yeah. So, hey,
this is no ASMR, apparently.
I know, but, you know, like, that's good. I don't mind it. Like, give me critique me.
No, yeah, that's another thing. We're open to critique. To make this better, you know?
Yeah, and on improving what we can do so you guys can enjoy listening to us. And, you know, like we said, we're just starting out, you know? But eventually we hope to, like, literally have all the tools and, like, things we need to just go about everything, you know? Like, in the best way we can. Because, like I said, we're hardworking people. We have good work ethics. And, like, we want to give people our best.
Exactly.
You know, and starting out, we're kind of just like learning. We're kind of just a little playing around, but you know, we're trying to take it more serious. We wanted to get it started.
That's what the thing was too.
Yeah, the point is get it started, and we started, and we're like, okay, now let's get focused. Though,
yeah,
you know,
because we've been talking about this for the longest time, and you know, but hey, we're here now. We're doing this. It's getting real.
And you guys too. Stay motivated. Stay productive. If it's hard to find productivity, start with one little thing at a time. Even if it's the simplest thing, you guys. Sometimes you freaking postpone the tiniest little things. Whether it's like, oh,
doing your bed.
Yeah, start every day by doing your bed, and it's true.
It'll get you out of bed.
Yep.
Your bed won't look as comfy.
I mean, it will.
Yeah, but like you can't just roll into the blankets.
Yeah, exactly. When the blankets are already.
Yeah, you're like, well, it's already undone. Like might as well just go back in there. But yeah. I feel like it just brings a sense of like, okay, this is one task done. What's next?
Yeah, you already started your day productive, so you're like, damn, I did that. And then you're like, okay, well, now I gotta do this. Don't forget this. Like little things, but. Just be productive. Literally, like Nike says, just freaking do it, guys.
Yeah.
Just do it, because that's the simplest way to do it. Who else is going to do it? Nobody's going to go over there and freaking, like, what did you say? To do what? Huh? Make your bed.
Oh, like, I was like, what?
I was going to say take out the trash. I'm like, no, do your bed. But yeah, like, I mean, if your mom still does your bed, then you're lucky.
And does your clothes, and folds your clothes. And no, I'm kidding.
And pays your bills. Pretty much. Just kidding. No, but like you just do your bed and start with one simple task. And it'll guide you for the day. Pretty much is what it will guide your day for the freaking day. So try and stay, like, that's the thing. Don't stay on the phones, because phones. You can the thing with phones. I could just go onto this, but point is,
that's a whole separate topic.
Yeah, that's a whole separate topic, but
maybe next podcast, who knows, we'll see.
Yeah, there's a lot to you guys
actually no, next podcast we're gonna talk about our health. We're gonna talk about gut health.
Yeah,
and we could talk about that then. That's the only thing I have so far.
Yeah, with health, yeah, there's a lot of things that we've been like looking into, reading, and like kind of like understanding as well, and like it makes sense. Health is very interesting, but like, yeah, that's, like we said, that's a different topic. We're going to talk about that today, but then today we're talking a lot about these topics, and we just felt like we were like in the mood for this conversation today. So we're like, you know what, let's just talk about this, and we'll go ahead and postpone that for the other one.
And we're going to do more research, so.
Yeah.
And more concrete evidence. No,
yeah, we definitely want to do more research. So
because we don't want to be like telling you guys something else, huh?
Yeah, exactly. So, when it comes to health, there's a lot of things. So and some may be right, some may be wrong, but then each body is different, so crazy.
I want to get our facts straight.
Exactly. So the next one, if you guys are willing to listen to it as well, please stay tuned, and we'll be talking about health and gut health and
mental health. It's all involved.
Yeah, mental health with when it comes down to like phones, like we said. Yeah, like lifestyle. Yeah, we'll go ahead and talk about that, you guys. But thanks for tuning in today to the Emman and Jan show. It was fun. I had fun with you guys. Sorry we got interrupted a little bit there for a moment. But like I said, we do this from home, and we will improve little by little. And yeah.
I hope to see you guys next week.
And stay tuned.
Good night.
See ya, suckers.